We got in the car and off we went.
Sweet. And you don't like escalators.
I do not like escalators.
Right? So a few weeks back, month, 2 months ago, we were having a conversation, and the conversation turned to legacy. So you want to pick it up from there?
Uh, yes, I'm planning on being cremated, and but yet at the same time, I want a headstone just so people will know that there was a DeAnn Berkey White here on Earth. Um, so that's still going to have a headstone, but I'm not going to be put in the ground. I'm going to be thrown to the wind, but I'm going to have a headstone.
To throw into the wind, so like a slingshot or a catapult, like we're gonna take it and just I thrown to
Yeah,
the wind. Thrown to
make
the
sure.
wind is I know it's a term. It's a saying.
Well, make sure if you can't do the whole urn thing because it has to break so the ashes can be flying around.
Yeah, right. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of exploding on impact, but we will have it. What do you think? If they don't have these, maybe we design this. So if the urn is being launched with ashes, and I'm thinking of myself as well, just maybe like it disintegrates in the air, like it's sailing through the air and then just opens and then scatters the ashes.
Yeah, if you can come up with that.
We'll get to work on it.
Okay.
So, what does legacy mean to you?
Well, you're left with some memories behind you of what maybe you accomplished or just the type of person you were on Earth. Um, I
Yeah.
really never thought about it, about what my legacy would be, but it's something some people will remember about you.
I'm glad we're having this conversation. I'm glad we had the conversation on the day that we did, and that we're having this conversation now, because this has me thinking, and I have been thinking of some for some time. What it looks like for myself. Like, I know I don't want to be buried in the ground, and then so I had cremation, and I mean, there's also just a pine box, or cotton sheet. Just put me. That's in the ground. Yet it's not this whole preservation, all this to do, about being put in a box. If I'm going in a box, it's going to be a pine box, or just throw me in the ground. Cremation, whether it be like the big funeral pyres that they do, it takes a lot of heat to burn a person. We're not going into that in this episode. So I'm speaking with my mother. This is my mother. Hello, mom.
Hello, Brian.
And so let's keep moving. So
Okay.
our intention here, right, is to take a look at what your legacy will be. And in a sense, it's been created already. I mean, it's your life, up until this point. And then, and continuing on once transition occurs. So, and I'm looking for myself, in this conversation that we're having. I'm looking for myself about what my legacy looks like, and such. So I've prepared some questions, and we've gone over them, and I'm going to continue with what we've got. And the intention here is exploring, and out of these questions, just beginning to build, like this visual and a sense of where life is today, and go from there. And I believe that, through the conversation, it will naturally come about what this legacy looks like, because I have it that, you know regardless of Like what happens when we return to the earth? Like what's in the past? Like we have, in a sense, like that's the legacy. Well, that's the legacy you left behind, whatever you did. Yet, moving forward, what continues on. So in a sense, like a family album, like looking at the family album, looking at pictures and stuff, I, like there's like a legacy. I mean, we're looking at a picture, yet to me, like a legacy is what lasts, what continues on. So, what or how do you spend your time? Like, what does your day look like? Just like in general, just kind of through the day or through the weeks in general. What does your day look like? How do you spend your time?
Well, I want to say something first. Um, you said something that you have done in the past and it continues on. The one thing in my life that has been constant, that um, I have gone to church my whole life. Um, that's just one thing I have done. So there's that. What do I do with my days? Oh, I do things different. Some days I sew. Some days I clean the house. Some days I might sew and watch TV then in the afternoons. Um, there have been days that I get up earlier and do something in the yard, uh, planting flowers or trying to figure out what to do.
Okay.
Um, Sometimes do something with family. My granddaughter might call up and say, "Do you want to go to lunch?" So that's nice. Um,
Yeah,
so that's it for now.
that's it for now. So going to church has been a constant throughout your life, and daily daily to dos are sewing, cleaning, working in the yard, planting flowers, watching TV, and having conversations with family. Hmm? So
Sounds good.
sounds good. Out of this, and this could be something you haven't thought of as well. Like what yet? You haven't thought of yet. What do you enjoy most about your day?
When I actually get something accomplished.
Hmm. So this may sound redundant, yet what do you like to do?
Well, I like to sew. Um,
Is is there a particular thing you like to sew?
um, well, crafts mostly, but then here lately, I think I need to get a pattern and uh, make something simple, like maybe sew a nightgown or
Mm.
something that doesn't take much thought to, I guess. Um, or a couple of Christmases ago, I made Christmas pillowcases, and there's a special way you can, not that it's a Christmas pillowcase, you can make any pillowcase, but there's a different way you can make them that looks a little, I don't know what the word is, but a little more spatial. You put a little more work into it than otherwise. You could just cut out a piece of material and sew it up the side and sew it up the bottom and hem it at the top, and you're done. But this other way is you put a little more work into it. So,
You've got your basic pattern, and you like to put a little extra into what you're sewing.
right. there's a, yeah, can't tell you what, but
Top
it's a
secret.
secret,
Top secret.
a
That's
family secret.
family secret. I love it.
No, that's not true.
So again, I have a question here that you may. Well, I'll say this. We've been talking about sewing. You've been talking about sewing and some other things. Yet, just what are you good at?
What am I good at?
So not so sewing absolutely on there. Um, so looking at what because I have there's a number of things I could say you're good at, and aside from sewing, I know you're good at sewing. You know,
Well, I'm not.
this is go ahead. No, what you're not what
There's
you
a lot of things
mhm,
about sewing that I wouldn't be good at. I'm
you got
not.
your specialties though.
Well, I have enjoyed quilt. When you say quilting, quilting is actually what you do at the end when you quilt over the whole
Yeah,
quilt that you actually made. And that's not actually quilting. You've quilted, but quilting is putting a pattern over the whole quilt that you made. And I've never really um, tried that. But I have, well, I'm like hand quilting. That's what people used to really do is hand quilt, and that would have taken forever. Um,
well, there
but
wasn't.
I did enjoy the actual quilting, putting the pieces together, and then I'd usually quilt it on the machine. Um, they call it stitch in the ditch, stitch in the ditch, where you'd go along and where your seam is. So the seam would be on the underside, and then so where the seam is, you would sew along. Never mind, but along the seam is on the bottom, so then you'd pull it kind of apart. You could see it, and then you'd stitch along that seam in the top.
I,
So anyway, you're totally confused now. But I did really enjoy the quilts that I have made, and I need to get back to them. But I've been doing too many little projects,
possibly or possibly
possibly.
it's exactly you wanted or needed to be doing, and quilting. I'm having the experience that you probably had with me when I'm sharing with you about an idea of mine or what I do, and you're just thoroughly confused. So
Right.
you and I have talked, and I see definitely that there will be episodes around sewing for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure, for
For
sure, for sure.
sure, for sure.
Well, what do you want people to know about you?
Well, that I love my family um, and my friends.
Hey, it's good stuff, beautiful stuff. It's a gift and blessing.
I
Hmm.
I enjoy being with my family and friends. What else is
I
there?
know. Well, I know you do. Whether it's family, friends coming over, making food, making people feel comfortable, being on the phone, staying in contact, you know, and this is all around friends and family. So, sure.
Yeah, the cell phone really did come in handy for a lot of things.
Mm,
Some things, maybe not.
With the cell phone, if you don't have a cell phone, you have more time to hand stitch, hand quilt.
That's
So,
true.
and then this the sewing machine came along before the smartphone did. Yet there was more time. There was more time, right? You just
That's that's probably true. Yeah.
sit with the folks and quilt. Probably not in a rocking chair though. That probably you could probably. Well, no, I guess so. Like as I say that, I'm thinking of needlepoint or whatnot, but I could see rocking back and forth and still doing that. That's completely different. That's not quilting. You probably don't want to be at a rocking chair while you're at the that wouldn't work. Because you'd
You
be moving.
couldn't do
No,
that and
no, no, no.
sew on the sewing machine. Now you could probably hand stitch. Um, you could do the quilting, rocking, and then a lot of people like to
Yeah.
crochet and
Right.
knit, so they could do that in the rocking chair.
'Cause I think once the pattern's laid out and such, or you get the. I mean, I assert you put the pattern together and we use like needles, right? Or pins and put the pins together so the fabric is held together and then you begin the more intricate, like secure work, I assert,
Right.
yes? Okay. Which
Yeah.
is, similar to welding, tacking, where you know, assemble it and you're just putting these little temporary holds, to hold it in place while you lay the solid solder down, that solid weld, or temporary just temporary hold it together. Same thing, like with woodwork, and I assert so many other industries and such. So again, these questions I'm asking you, they may sound redundant, yet the as we go through them, more memories, more ideas, more thoughts can come up out of them. So what I've got next here is, what do you want to be remembered for?
Maybe that I was a nice person. I don't. Am I a nice person?
You're a very nice person, mom. Extremely nice, overly nice. And the other day, I was learning. I did learn something new. We were going through like a questionnaire, and you were answering it, and it had to do with there was with you walking around the neighborhood, and like waving to people when people don't wave back at you, and I'm like, and you're consistent with it until that you receive the reply and whatnot, and that really takes something to just to be in this state of like life is good and what I'm dealing with, I have a smile on my face. I'm putting a smile on my face, and I will treat people good regardless of what's going on in my life, and who knows what's going on in their life, and takes that takes. I'll say a lot. What am I looking for here to say now? That it does take something, and what that something is like to be like, you know what? I have the things to be thankful for, So finding like gratitude and blessings in life, and realizing, just acknowledging other people, and if they're not in a good mood or not even responding to you, just being aware that you don't know what's going on in their life, and you're still being the person who you are, like at your core, like in your heart and whatnot, and that's huge. So yes, for a nice person, that's to begin things for starters. Yes. There. uh,
Thank you. Now you can go walk around the neighborhood and
well, I don't
say
know.
say hi to people.
Well, okay, I can take that on, right? This is good practice. And again, right, we're talking about your legacy, the legacy you're creating, and starting to take shape. It's already taking shape. It's a matter of us continuing this conversation here, right? Now, it's what I'm looking at is what not necessarily tangible, yet tangible. I mean, yeah. So right now, just what opened up for me was, yeah, mom. She's just it's there could be a storm going on. If you're on the ship with mom, you're not going to know there's a storm. Does that make
We'll
sense?
hope,
That makes sense.
we'll hope that
There, did you say hope? There's no hope. No, it happens. It's a fact.
that's
What?
a fact.
It's a fact. It's a
Well,
fact.
thank you.
It's a fact. It's a fact. What do you want your legacy to be?
Uh,
We've been so throughout this conversation, quite a bit has come up, and so my intention with this question, like again, and asking questions that are maybe worded different, sounding similar, are the same, is just to keep on looking. And as I ask you these questions, I'm thinking of this this bot that we were filling out with the questions, these questionnaire, right? These questions that we were filling out. And now the questions is like, didn't I answer that? Why are you asking me this again? And these questions, they continue to come at me, to come at us. And we're both like, okay, enough already. Did I not answer the question already? So as I'm asking you this question, I'm having this thought in my head. I'm like, wow, this is kind of like what we were doing the other day. So except this is a real person, right? We weren't talking to a machine. It wasn't a machine in front of us. So when I say, what is it that, what do you want your legacy to be? I mean, even based around our conversation right here, what would you say? What would you want your legacy to be? And when I say legacy, I also have it like this is like what has been created that is continuing, once transition occurs, like it's still rocking and rolling, or bebopping or sock hopping, you know, it's still happening. What would you like your legacy to be? What do you want your legacy to be? How do you see it?
how do I see it? Well, that my family could sit around the living room, the family room, whatever, and talk about me um, with good thoughts instead of
Mm,
not having too much to say about me, like, or sure glad she's gone.
I loved your facial expression right there before, though. You'll watch it in the replay. You're just so okay. It's just that legacy, as in like people you leave people. It's like how you leave people, the memory they have of you, and it's this memory. Oh, I remember, just like friendly, happy, welcoming. It's the thought they have when they think of you, or the feeling.
Yeah, or she taught me this, or she had
Mm,
a good suggestion on that, or she always had cookies in her cookie jar, or even if they weren't maybe homemade or something.
and dog treats in the treat jar. The
That's
dog,
right.
right? So
Brownies made.
oh, brownies, absolutely. Yeah, I think Suvi gets more treats than I get cookies.
Yeah, yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
I'll
we
have
both
to
wait to show for it. Oh, jeez. All
I'll
right.
have to make some.
Oh, how do you feel right now?
Right now I feel good.
Feel good. Good deal. I do.
Yes.
You feel good. Good deal. So, speaking freely without a prompt or a question. What would you like to say?
What would I like to say? Well, it's been fun talking to you, answering questions. I don't think anybody's listening to us, so
Says
that's
one.
okay. There's one.
It says
You?
one. Is it a real person? It's not me. It's
Really?
yeah, really. it's there's it says a number one. Is it a real person or is it a bot? Is it a robot? There is a person out there. Now,
Okay.
yeah, and so you're feeling good. You enjoy so the questions you did.
Did I do okay?
You did you great. And there is no okay, not okay. I mean there is yes you did. And yeah, so
I'm not being graded. A, B, C, let's see, no. Yeah, A, B, C, D, F.
you get an A. Is it the A triple plus with a sticker on it?
Oh,
An
wow.
A plus
All
plus.
right. Okay. Well, you get a double A.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for
You're
sharing.
welcome. And there's going to be more to come.
There is more. There is more to come. There are more episodes on their way, and all in the name of exploration into the legacy that that you want to leave behind, and in doing so, having this conversation with you, and we've been talking about it here and there over the past few weeks since that conversation we did have. I mean, I was thinking of it before, yet when we begin talking, that I mean, things the level, like the seriousness level for me, started to ramp up and such. So we do have more episodes, fine episodes, more conversations. I have put together, outline what I see that gives a formula that will help guide us in determining what this legacy is. And I see, for you, and I definitely see that it's gonna be more. It's more than having a conversation about you. Yet that is where it begins, because when we think about, or when I think about legacy, I think of the person, and I'm like, how do I associate the person? What do I associate with the person? Like what they did or what they said, how they made me feel and such. So this is, this is not a lightweight topic. It's not a lightweight conversation. And I thank you for, digging in and looking, and we'll continue to explore.
Okay.
So until next time. So thank you again, Mom.
You're welcome, Brian. Thank you. See you later.
See you later.
Goodbye. Love you.
Oh, love you too, Mom. Love you too.
Okay.